said. One is Sakritagaman by means of the destruction of three fetters, desire, hatred, and delusion. But in order to accumulate the Buddha attributes, it is not enough to weaken the three poisons as you have said. They must be destroyed. Thus, at the moment when the bodhisattva obtains the conviction that dharmas do not arise, he destroys the passions, and at the moment when he becomes Buddha, he destroys the traces of passion. This is the correct theory. Sutra. Moreover, O Sariputra, the bodhisattva mahasattva who wishes to enter into the position of bodhisattva must exert himself in the perfection of wisdom. Sastra. I.Position of bodhisattva. 1. The bodhisattvaniyama position of bodhisattva is the conviction that dharmas do not arise. Having obtained this conviction in regard to dharmas, the bodhisattva considers the whole world as empty and his mind has no longer any further attachment. Settled on the true nature of dharmas, the bodhisattva no longer loves the world. 2. Furthermore, the bodhisattvaniyama is the concentration visualizing the Buddhas of the present. In possession of this concentration of the present, the bodhisattva sees all the Buddhas of the 10 directions of the present, hears the Dharma preached by these Buddhas and cuts the net of his doubts. Henceforth the mind of the bodhisattva comes to a standstill. This is called bodhisattvaniyama. 3. Furthermore, there is bodhisattvaniyama when the bodhisattva, fully endowed with the 6 perfections, produces the knowledge of skillful means, but without becoming fixated on the true nature of dharmas. He knows it personally and attests it personally without depending on the words of another. If Mara in the form of a Buddha comes to him, his mind is not disturbed at all. 4. Furthermore, when he enters into the rightful position of bodhisattva, he takes the name of non-regressing bodhisattva. 5. Furthermore, the bodhisattva who has entered into this rightful position does not regress to the rank of ordinary person and is said to be in possession of complete enlightenment. All the mundane things that could destroy his mind of bodhi cannot disturb him. 2b He has closed the gates to the 3 unfortunate destinies. He is ranked among the bodhisattvas. For the first time he takes birth in the family of the bodhisattvas. His wisdom is pure and ripe. 6. Furthermore, the fact of being established on the summits and not falling from them is called bodhisattvaniyama. This is what is said in the Hayupi. The bodhisattva who has entered niyama does not fall into the evil destinies, is not reborn into lowly families, does not regress to the level of Sravaka or Pratyekabuddha and does not fall back from the summits either. Question. What is falling back from the summits? Answer. As Subhuti said to Sariputra, when the bodhisattva mahasattva who is without skillful means but is practicing the 6 perfections has entered the concentrations of emptiness, signlessness and wishlessness, he cannot accede to bodhisattvaniyama, but neither does he regress to the rank of Sravaka or Pratyekabuddha. He becomes attached to the qualities and the attributes. In the 5 aggregates he grasps the characteristics of impermanence, suffering, emptiness, non-self and attaches his mind to them. He says, this is the path, that is not the path. This should be practiced, that should not be practiced. When he grasps such characteristics in this way and makes such distinctions, the bodhisattva has fallen from the summits. What is it to become established on the summits? As is said in the passage mentioned above, it is to destroy the thirst for dharmas, and to no longer grasp these dharmas for which thirst has been destroyed. Thus it is said in the explanation of Murthavasthana. The bodhisattva mahasattva cultivating the perfection of wisdom does not see the emptiness of the external bases in the emptiness of the internal bases. He does not see the emptiness of the internal bases in the emptiness of the external bases. He does not see the emptiness of the internal and external bases in the emptiness of the external bases. He does not see the emptiness of the external bases in the emptiness of the internal and external bases, and so on up to the emptiness of non-being and being itself. 7. Finally, the bodhisattva who accedes to niyama attains the mind equal to that which has no equal but does not take pride in it. When we know as he does that the nature of the mind is integral emptiness, all the futile proliferation about existence and non-existence, etc., disappears. 2. Position and position of salvation. Question. In the system of the Sravakas, why do they speak of Samayanitvani-yama position of salvation, whereas in the system of the Bodhisattvas they speak only of Niyama position? Answer. If the latter system spoke of Samayanitvani-yama, it would not be wrong either. Why? If it was a matter of a Bodhisattva attribute, the latter would lead to salvation. But in the Sravaka system, they speak only of Niyama and not of Niyama of the Sravaka. This is why we specify by saying Samayanitvani-yama, position of salvation. Furthermore, the Sravakas do not possess the mind of great loving-kindness and great compassion. Their wisdom not being sharp, they have no feeling of disgust for the world. They especially seek out dharmas and multiply wrong views, doubts, and regrets. The Bodhisattva Mahasattva, however, full of loving-kindness and compassion for all, seeks especially to free beings from the sufferings of old age, sickness, and death. He does not try to imagine or increase futile proliferation. Like the wealthy man who dearly loves his only son. When this son gets sick, his father looks for only the best remedies capable of curing the sickness. He does not seek to distinguish the names of the remedies and, as soon as he has found them, he mixes them and administers them. Thus, in order to consider the 12-membered pratityasamutpada, the bodhisattvas start from the effects. They do not start from the causes in order to consider it. The Sravakas assess according to the cause, whereas the bodhisattvas who are romantics assess according to the effect. In the Sravakas, the cause is 2c niyama. This is why they are in the position of salvation. In the bodhisattvas where the position of perdition is minimal, we speak only of bodhisattvaniyama. 3. Preparatory practices for the bodhisattvaniyama. Question. In the system of the Sravakas, there is Samayanitvani-yama position of salvation starting from the conviction producing a dharmajnana conc erring suffering up to the conviction producing a subsequent dharma concerning the path. As it is said in a sutra, in the 3 evil destinies 3 things cannot be found. 1. The position of salvation. 2. The fruits of the saints. 3. The destruction of the impurities, just as they cannot be found in immoral beings, blinded by wrong views or guilty of the 5 wrongdoings of immediate retribution. Then, in the bodhisattva system, starting from which,